What's going on, guys? Welcome back to BlackTideTV, where we're behind on everything. I've got so much stuff to do on this channel over the next few days. Looking for double and triple uploads each day. I've still got Titanfall 2 stuff to do. I've still got Call of Duty stuff. I'm still trying to cover a bunch of camos and reticles, and there's news for Infinite Warfare. There's news for COD 4 Remastered. There's just so much to do, and I'm so behind. I'm going to be working as much as I can, trying to get as many videos out as I can. We're going to do like 2 or 3 uploads a day. But before I get ahead of myself here, we're looking at the European COD World League Team Pack today for our first look camos. The first couple clips that you're seeing here are for Team Infused. All of these 6 camos are available in a pack in the store on Call of Duty Black Ops 3. It costs 500 COD points, and you get 6 teams, 6 European teams, where you get a camo for each and a calling card for each. So you're going to get Team Infused, Splyce, Millenium, Ldlc, Epsilon, and Supremacy. All of these teams competed for COD World League. Only one of them did really well, and that was Splyce. Even though they did not win, they came in second, which actually surprised a lot of people. But these teams, relatively unknown for the most part for me anyways, because I am in North America and I know the North American teams. The North American teams are usually the teams that take the top spots in the competitions, so it was kind of neat getting to know all of these different little emblems and stuff from doing this first look camo episode, just going through and finding out about each of these teams and about like they're looking at their team colors and all that stuff. It's kind of neat just to go through, and even if you were to purchase this pack just to look at all the different kind of colors that they have, the colors for Europe are a lot more different than the colors in North America. And you'll notice that difference in the Australia-New Zealand pack as well. There's a big difference in the team colors and how they actually represent the team colors on their camos. Now, something I neglected to include in last week's episode, I believe it was last week when we did the first CWL Team Pack episode of First Look Camos, where we talked about North America. Something that I neglected to include is how I'm actually getting these gameplay clips. We've moved on to Splyce Camo, by the way. But how I'm actually getting these clips is I'm using Runman's account. He have purchased all 3 team packs, and I'm using his account to get all of the gameplays. We're using the Peacekeeper in all of the videos just because the Peacekeeper is, well, it's the Peacekeeper. You can't really beat it. Runman happened to get it from his triple play, his first triple play that he used. So we're going through and we're using the Peacekeeper because, 1, it's the Peacekeeper. It's like one of the better guns in the game. 2, it's just a really nice gun to show off these camouflages on. You get that bright emblem that sticks right onto the side, right near the front of the gun, where you can see it very, very well in this weapon, where some weapons don't have as much kind of flat space, so that the emblem will kind of wrap around the gun and you won't be able to see it too clearly. So the Peacekeeper just makes a perfect weapon to stick this camo on and show it off to you guys. So I've used the Peacekeeper in every single video, all 3 of these team packs, and I'm using it for all the camos as well, just to make it all even. I am switching up the attachments every so often, just to, well, every camo I switch up the attachments just to kind of keep it fresh. And I did actually happen to get this weapon from, I think Renman had it at like level 5 or something like that, non-prestiged. Through my time of using it in Search and Destroy and getting through all 3 team packs, I did manage to max weapon prestige this weapon. So that's like prestiged twice and all the way up to max weapon level again. So that's max weapon level 3 times just through the 3 team packs that I had to cover for First Look Camos on this channel. We've now moved on to the Millenium team's camo, and this camo is one of the more different camos just because it's a different color. We've got like that purple and white. It's a lot of black. Again, just these camos, they really like their black, and they really like to cover a lot of it with that black. But it feels like it's wasted space to me because there's like all this nice purple. Like their emblem on Millenium is white and purple. Why can't it just be like a whole camo of white and purple? Instead, they fill up most of it with black. It bugs me that they waste so much space with these bland colors. Like, they could have made like the whole camo purple instead. There's 3 main sections of each camo that they change the color of. There's the topmost kind of square, there's the bottom square, and then there's the trim, which is kind of like the lines that go between the squares. On the Ldlc camo, which we moved on to next, It's white on top, black on bottom, and there's actually just no trim at all, really. It's kind of like a dark blue trim, but it really blends in with the black, so you can't see it very well. And now, here's my problem with the Ldlc and the Epsilon camo, which is coming up. Both of these camos are so similar. They're both white. The Ldlc and Epsilon are almost indistinguishable, except that the Ldlc has a small bar of black on the bottom, and the emblems, of course, are different as well. But they're both like bright white. They're nice because they look really clean and futuristic, but at the same time, the camos themselves are just so bland. Like Ldlc has a full blue emblem. Why can't we have a blue camo instead of just like white and black with a little tiny bit of blue trim that you can barely see? It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why they didn't use these camos to their fullest potential. The next camo, or the next camo after Epsilon, which is the one coming up, the final camo of the day, is Supremacy, and this is one of the only camos in the game, or one of the only CWL camos that really used the space and used a nice bright color for the team itself. So that is one of the best camos out of all of the team packs, and it is like the #1 camo out of this pack, out of the European pack. If you're going to buy the European pack, you're probably going to buy it for Supremacy, which will be the last camo today. As I said, we've moved on to Epsilon, and it's very similar to Ldlc. I don't know why they did that. I don't know. Like, I get that they're both, they both have like a little bit of white in their emblem, but why did they make it completely white and that other one is like very similar? Even this one's got blue trim as well. So this is like all white with blue trim. The other one is all white, a little bit of black and blue trim. So they're very similar. They're almost indistinguishable. If you had a camo or a gun that didn't show off the emblem as well, that little sticker on the side, you might not even be able to tell the two apart, and that's kind of a bad thing. You really want to be able to tell what team you're looking at just from the colors on the gun, no matter what gun you're using. If I'm using the Vesper, which is one of the worst guns in the game to show off camos on, I should be able to tell what team I'm cheering for with my camouflage without actually having to like go and try and look on that weapon for an emblem or anything like that. I should be able to tell just from the team colors which team it is that I am cheering for, even though the event is kind of over. But still, you should be able to tell which team you are a fan of by the colors, not by the emblem itself. As we come to a close in today's episode, I've just got a little bit of a news update for you guys. I was going to do the Jerky XP It's Lit challenge for 1,500 subscribers. We're going to actually push that back a little bit just because funds are running a little bit low right now. I actually just cannot straight out buy the It's Lit packet. It's cheap, but I cannot buy it just because I need to kind of keep my money around, just because funds are really low right now, and I need that money to be able to buy future games that are coming out to cover on this channel. So I'm gonna be like keeping everything. I'm gonna be keeping everything kind of close, and I won't be doing that challenge as soon as that. So I'll let you guys know in the future what's gonna be going on with that. But I'm thinking like maybe 2,000 subscribers, because it's gonna take a little bit longer to get to 2,000 unless you guys just start going crazy and like sharing my stuff and just I don't know, like sometimes I just hit massive subscriber spikes, but for the most part I don't think I'm gonna hit 2,000 subscribers for a little while. So that might give me a little bit of time to, you know, like rake up some dough so that I can actually afford that. So we're gonna actually push that back to 2,000 subscribers. If you're interested in keeping up with all that kind of stuff, you can check me out on my Twitter page at BlackTideTV just to stay updated on all of like the day-to-day activities of BlackTideTV. Head over there, follow that, and you'll be up to date with everything that's going on around the channel. That is about it for today's video, guys. We're on the Supremacy camo, which is saving the best for last. In the spirit of saving the best for last as far as camos go, Supremacy is just the best one. It is so nice. I like it. It's actually Canada colors, even though it's a European team, but it's like red and white. It's just very bright red, very vibrant. This is one of my favorite, if not my absolute favorite CWL Team Pack camo. So if you're gonna buy the European pack, you're buying it for this camo. Even if you're cheering for a different team, you're gonna want to use this camo because it is the nicest. It shines right off the screen. When the light hits it, when the sun hits it, it's like, oh my god, it's just so beautiful. So that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We're probably going to do a double or triple upload today, so make sure you subscribe so you get those extra videos. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Good job, CDP. Do it again and let's go home.